Okay, so I had a heck of an adventure today. I decided to go venture out, and Spirit kept telling me to trust the elements, trust your own system here, and your own system out here. And they were like, by outsourcing on the internet, then it's like, the bigger scheme of things understands what it is you like and what it is you don't like. And the biggest part of that is realizing that it'll come to you if you're just patient enough to realize that. So on my drive across the country, I realized that I really really like Starbucks, and there's something about Starbucks that I sort of questioned at first. I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 months ago. I noticed that their symbol is a siren. It was something that was mythology for sailors. It was like a it was like something that would sing in the ocean, and it would confuse sailors to be attracted to that, like a mermaid or something like that. It would sing a song, and the sailors would go to it, and it would end up being like a bunch of rocky territory, and then the ship would sink or whatever. So they call it a siren. Well, I saw that as a negative aspect back then. And I was like, what is it about that? So I've always been like investigating other institutions to find out what it is about that institution that seemed negative, but maybe it's actually positive. So I decided to check out Starbucks, and I found something I really liked there, which was the pumpkin spice latte. It's so strong, but it's so good. So that kind of like fueled me while I was driving, because then it was like my brain was like all in tune, and with the ADD, coffee helps a lot. So I ended up really liking the institution because there's a certain energy field that I actually feel when I'm in there. It's this like salty sweet solution, and it's this balancing of energies that I never really realized until I actually experienced it by seeing it in a positive way. Now, we don't have any Starbucks here in Manchester, Connecticut. But what's really interesting is that my mom was like, now we see what you do like and what you don't like. So just be patient, and these institutions come straight to your front door. I was like, okay. So when I went out today, because I was like really wanting some vibrant underwear, so I got these. I don't know, it's kind of bright, but it's like a neon green or whatever. And then I went to go get some cat food and some hair color to make my hair like another color. And I saw a Starbucks that had been built right next to where I usually get other things, like where we have like a mall area there. And I was like, what? Get out of here. And she was like, see, you just have to trust that when you find something that you like, and then you are patient and trust and realize that it will come to you, you give thanks. And I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. And they're actually like paving more roads here, and they're making something else in that particular location, which is totally exciting. Like I never really, I don't know, like to actually experience it is a very interesting tool, because it helps you think, and it gives you like this. It's kind of like whatever you eat, whatever you drink, by expending that energy immediately, or by like flexing your muscles, you literally flex the muscles, which moves the syrup, the whatever it is that you ate, it like moves through the muscles and like comes out as like an aura energy field, which is kind of like what the trees do when they shiver and shake. It like exhausts their resources. So we do the same thing as trees. It's tree science. We do the same things. We take stuff in, and then by working out, we exhaust those resources, which fills the world with all these new energies. And by thinking positive about it, by being excited about it, and realizing that cycle, that beautiful, awesome cycle that's always been here, it literally feeds the system that feeds your system. So yeah, I was walking around to like all these different locations in that same strip mall, and I realized more about chemicals. Is that I had decided not to dye my hair, because I was like, I always try to investigate these things that freak people out, like the chemicals and stuff. Well, I always dyed my hair, and I never really thought much of it, you know. And then I just kind of went all natural because I was wondering like what the deal is with chemicals. But then I realized that when I didn't shower with chemicals and I just used the water, I felt like too oily. I felt like too much oil, too much water. Like the water in my body was too condensed or something. And then I realized that, I've been using chemicals my whole life, and I love to see people with like a lot of color and stuff like that. So I was like, maybe, and I feel like there's a lot of static electricity in my own hair, and it like kind of hurts my brain sometimes to have like static electricity. So it's like by trusting chemicals in another way, by me actually going to get, I got like fuchsia and like aqua or something like that, like this vibrant blue and vibrant purple pink color. And I'm really excited to use it because I'm thinking, well, maybe my head misses the chemicals that I've always liked to put in it. So by being excited about that, I actually ended up like smiling more because I realized that these chemicals are in the institution to, I don't know, something about extraterrestrial that has to do with like concentrated color and accepting chemicals, because we are chemicals. Um, so I guess that's really what drove me to make this video, is the fact that I didn't I didn't really eat much today at all, but by going out into uh, my immediate reality and like checking in on the institution is the same thing as going out and checking out nature, checking in on nature, because it's like, the system is still the same, it's still the system. You are now exhausting your own resources just like trees do. By going out in nature, they give you whatever it is you need, you give them whatever they need, and then by going out into your immediate environment, like a mall or something like that, I can feel the energy, the static electricity. I can feel that, and it makes me very excited. And there's something about static electricity that actually feeds your muscles. It's like it takes the fat off your body. Because whenever I feel static electricity, I notice my physical body actually reacts to it. It feels uncomfortable at first, but if you just keep a tight ship, like if you keep your stomach tight and you flex your legs a little bit, it actually exhausts those electrons, and then it's like you balance the energies within that atmosphere. But there's something very exciting about static electricity. So yeah, that's what I experienced today. And just by going through all of these systems and then coming home, I realize that I'm less and less hungry. It's like I literally feed off the energy around me from people, plants, animals, the institution, my own car. It's like I'm literally so in tune with all of these energies that they get excited and they exhaust their resources, which makes me more energetic. And then it's like they feed me, It's like everything feeds you, and it's totally exciting. Um, I mean, just by looking at the computer, I feel like I'm literally getting this exchange of like electricity, and I don't fear it anymore. Like at first I was freaking out because it seemed like a lot, but then I realized that it is my energy, and this is the energy that we're moving into. With all of this wireless stuff, there's electricity in the air all over the place. It speeds up our molecules, it speeds up our processes, and it makes it easier to enjoy everything that you like because you feel hyper energetic all the time. And I know that I love that feeling. That feeling makes me very happy. It makes me very calm. And maybe that's the ticket to ADD, is that it keeps me totally in the moment because I'm so excited on the inside. Um, yeah, so that's what I really want to express, is that just by going out into your environment and realizing what you like and don't like, and then being patient enough to realize that where you are is the exact place that you could ever hope to be, everything comes to you. And it's like just by realizing that and trusting and being patient, it totally happens. I don't think there's ever been a Starbucks here. And I went on this trip and now there's suddenly a Starbucks? That's awesome. And I know it happens, but I guess the fact that I was aware of wanting something in my own hometown and then it shows up like days after I got back, I was like, true that, you know? True that. So that's all I gotta say for now. Thanks for watching.